I want to walk you through my do's and don'ts on trading VWAP on ES or NQ. My whole month of trading. We're not going to look at every single trade, but the key ones, some of the best and some of the worst, showing the ugly losses and the mistakes that we made so we can move forward with a better game plan. I just want to remind you guys, this is all on my top 1 accounts, which are on sale right now. You guys can always find a discount down below with code Evan. It'll always match the best deal that they're running, as well as all the trades we took this month. Some more than others, obviously. We're going to take some trades off stream. But for the most part, most trades were taken live on stream every morning at the open with us on AceFX TV. So you guys could also join that for free. If you use the link down below and use code FIRST, you get your first month for free. So now with that out of the way, let's get into the trades. You can see the month, and hopefully you guys have seen most of my YouTube videos. If you did, you'll remember in the beginning of the month, we started off with 2 red days saying, oh boy, that ain't a good look. That's not how we want to start. We were all excited for September to start. Well, summer's over, and so is the fun, so is the green. But it's just 2 days. We limited the size of them. First of all, you can see the win rate and the amount of trades. They were bigger red. We clawed some of it back. We've traded the next 2 days. All right, break even. Why was I so worried about those first 2 days? The next week starts off red again, right? We're not going to go over all of it. But just keep on stacking days. Just keep showing up. The first 2 days of the month are not going to define how your whole month is going to look. Your first 2 weeks may not even define how your month looks, because you could have a really great last 2 weeks of trading that make up for the first 2, right? That you're never hopefully out of the game. You're never over risking any one trade, that one trade defines you, because that's certainly not the case. But I will say this blank square you see, your boy lost an account. That's for sure. So minus 3K there. Well, it wasn't 3K on that day. It was minus 1,500 to get to the 3K in drawdown. So that account is gone. So there's one more red day that it's not shown there because the data's gone once you lose the account. But that's all good. Besides that, let's get into some of these trades. Many of them will look familiar, but I just want to go over some of the key lessons and the key things I'm doing with VWAP all month long, no matter the conditions, no matter the direction, all on ES or NQ. And this is a good example on seeing the shorts come in to start the session. It could be very easy to want to just chase shorts all day, listening to that sentiment. And again, with more information or different information, this definitely could be a nice short. But on today, looking at the left side, I use 15 minutes on a lot of my trades. What's the actual bias? Am I actually bearish yet today? Well, maybe if we get more move to the downside, sure, it'll convince me, but not yet, because we just bounced off this previous day's New York VWAP, and now we're getting above the New York and that overnight. This might just be that higher low that we want to go make the next higher high, because the trend and overall structure of trend is bullish, right? So you don't get sucked into the shorts. You stick to the side of longs until you're really told, hey, you should be selling this. We're below every VWAP now. Stop marrying the longs. But at this point in the day, it bounced off a support VWAP. It's not too early to be looking for longs. So there's that trade to start off the month. This one, clearly above every VWAP. It's a new high of day. Retest to my favorite VWAP of New York. All right, here's our higher low from back here. Let's go make the next higher high. Didn't do it. But it's a textbook setup. I got to be in this. You always have to think about, if I wasn't in this trade and it works out the way I drew it here, would I have wanted to be in that? Yes, I would have. It's right off my VWAPs. The trend at this point is clearly bullish, and we're right off my key levels. There's no excuse not to be in it. So if it had won, I would have said, yeah, needed to be in that. So just because it loses doesn't mean it's a bad trade. I needed to see that one through, and it lost because trend just went away. Not my fault. This one, short on the bottom of the opening range low after a tiny, tiny pullback. I don't really like those. I always said there's no specific number to it, but the bigger the pullback, the better. This one's just too small. Not deep enough to cover some of that gray space, and I'm selling it at the literal low that we've been today. Don't like that. So I rightfully take the loss, as I probably should have. See it pull back fully to the New York VWAP, where price often makes a move from. Then it breaks low a day. That's the one that works out, right? So I made back the loss, but if I just showed a little bit more patience and wanted to be short around this VWAP like you would back here, or even if you longed it, you'd want to be long from the VWAP, short from the VWAP. Not shorting it when we're really far away from it now. You can even see it at the end of this trade. You don't want to sell it away from VWAP because it returns to it and you lose, right? So a little premature in that first entry, staying patient, not jumping in on the longs, getting another short opportunity to make it back. So that's all off the New York VWAP so far, right? All of them are cutting through the VWAP of New York or bouncing off of. And that's probably going to be the common theme. Now mid-month started to cook. These are really great trades. Same idea, looking at the overnight VWAP, finding nice support, breaking above New York. Trend at this point is bullish on the higher time frames, the overall in the market, right? So it makes that higher high. Beautiful. I get out at top of range, exactly where I teach here on Futures 2.0. Like I was saying, you guys can all join stream for free if you just use code FIRST. All the replays are there of all the trades we're taking. This one was get out at the top of opening range high. It pulls back, defends the same VWAP I just longed it at because it makes a move from this VWAP normally. I get long again. Get out at the same level at top of range. So really well, just trading with the flow, trading with the structure, not marrying the trade for too long, just grabbing two pieces of the pie at separate times. Rather than marrying it for one giant move, I'll take two small moves. Thank you very much. This is the very next day. Same premise of off this overnight VWAP and previous days New York. This one would have been the first opportunity to long it. Pulls back again. I finally jump on it there. Above this overnight VWAP on the left, trend is bullish. We're off of VWAPs. I'm not chasing it away from VWAP, right? The worst thing to do is maybe buy it up here when you're now drifting away from it and this pullback stops you out. But if it does stop you out, I'd probably say jump back in when you're at that VWAP. Now this one, sure. What VWAP is it off of? Is it even off of VWAP? Yes, it is. It's clearly bearish. Pull back to New York. Let's go continue. Trading to this previous day's New York VWAP. So this one below us is anchored to the previous day's 9:30 New York open, meaning that we're not in full trend because we're still above that. So I don't love that, but a lot of sellers this morning, buyers try to show their hand and move us back higher into trend. Could not. So let me take that information in and say, okay, sellers are defending it well. Clearly a lot of lower highs on top here. Let's sell this at the VWAP. With a stop loss above structure, I allow these lower highs to be formed. And where do those lower highs be formed? Off of the VWAP. Very good. Glad you're paying attention. That the moves often happen from here, right? I don't want to ever try to get caught shorting it. Not that it can't continue free falling very far. We just don't know when or how far it wants to go. That chasing it at the lows of any move, really, that's not that you'll automatically lose. But if I sold it here, where's my stop? You know, on this day, maybe if it was there, yes, it would hold. But it's just immediate drawdown. Where I think if I could sell it at these VWAPs, there's less of a chance of taking on immediate drawdown because it just came in after a pullback. It's probably ready to go. This one, what is this? Makes zero sense. It's fighting every single VWAP. On the left side, we're below the overnight. Sellers in control. The 1 minute, clearly bearish. Sellers in control. Buyers tried. They tried to show their hand, step in, and change that sentiment. Couldn't do it. So realistically, the short signal would be here. When sellers take it back, go get that move back down in the direction of trend. I guess just seeing it consolidate and slow at this opening range low, I said, okay, we're going to bounce and reverse because I don't know what this long is. Maybe I just like the stop loss at low a day, but terrible trade. It's not in the strategy. It's not on the course, so you don't have to worry about that. It's just the key lesson of you're fighting VWAP. You're fighting structure. So yeah, you're probably going to lose those 8 times out of 10. You'll win some of them, just not a whole lot. When you trade on the right side of VWAP, rather than trying to sell it through them, right, back down, it's clearly bullish on the left. This move down here, heading into the open, is just a pullback on a higher time frame bullish trend. We're creating a higher low. Let's go get the higher high. Where do those higher highs normally get formed from? The VWAP. So let me get long around here before it leaves, rather than chasing it again, away from VWAP. If I chase it away from VWAP, or if price is currently away from VWAP, it's not like you're going to lose every time. It's just less probable that you'll win or make money because who knows how much further it wants to go. Now, when you can see if I long it at the VWAP or as close to it as possible, even if this doesn't go very far, right? Even if this turns out to be the high of day, I can make money in that. It didn't need to move very far to leave from my entry price and me bag some profits. Now, if I long it up here, it now needs to go maybe another 8 points. So in total, I need like a 20-point move to be right and make money. Maybe that's too much to ask every single day. Who knows, right? So if I'm just closer to the VWAP, there's a greater chance I could find some sort of move in my direction. And if I don't, probably just wrong. So get on out of it. This one's clean. Frame it, screenshot it, sleep with it under your pillow because this one's just textbook on letting it break through the New York. Here's your first long signal, makes a new high. Don't chase it away from VWAP. Let it pull back, breaks the high day VWAP. Go continue that trend that you saw over here on the left. Clearly bullish. I want to buy it, but let it pull back first, then get involved in the next train, and it moves cleanly back in the direction of trend. This one, same thing with the shorts, just following these lower highs. It's defending New York. Where do all these levels defend and price makes some moves from? This New York VWAP. All these little bounces are from that New York, that line in the sand saying sellers are in, and they're holding it. So don't be a buyer yet. Lean on the side of shorts until you get information on us breaking above. This one, the reclaim of New York, that was a clean one. On the higher time frames, bullish, so I should have showed it on this markup, but this move down at the open, same thing. It's just a pullback in a bullish trend. So we actually form a higher low and come back up. I'm not actually bearish. I'm still bullish on the day, so this is giving my long opportunity when buyers step in above the New York VWAP here, right? And is there one more? Same thing, off of the New York in blue, and this overnight, buyers defending it continually. All right, let's get some drift from here because the moves often happen from this VWAP, and I get out at the high day. Now, another case in point, if I long it away from VWAP, just somewhere over here hoping for more move, of course you'll get it now and then. Today you would not have. If you're buying it away from VWAP, it didn't have a whole lot of move in it. It actually came back down, and I think ended the day bearish. So I made money along on a day that didn't really go higher. But since I got it at the VWAP before trend shifted, I'm able to squeeze out some profits before it turns. So those most of the trades, I think a great amount of them. You saw the ugly ones. You saw the key theme is the New York VWAP, trading with the structure. It's not just one thing to trade on the right side of it, right? When I say that, I mean if you're underneath it, you want to short it. If you're above it, you want to long it. It's also trying to get at that VWAP, sell it when it's retesting it, not just selling it when it's super far away from it, but yes, we're on the right side of it, right? So hopefully you guys found value in that. Make sure you check out the streams. Make sure you check out the top 1 sales. If you have any questions on any of these trades, you'll hopefully find your answers in the Futures 2.0 course, but always feel free to drop a comment, join the streams and ask questions. I'll give you feedback on your trades if you're trading my strategy, and we'll just keep getting better together. But October's already off to a great month. This isn't really a monthly recap. I guess it is. We went over all those trades, but I just wanted to go over all the trades that look the same. Do they not? Except for the ones that were really ugly. You saw me fighting every VWAP and everything I preach here. So don't do those, all right? But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys trade safe. I'll see you guys on the charts tomorrow morning.